Good morning, good evening, and good night. I am your host, Mark Johannes Raphael, with my co host, Byron June. And today, we are here to tell you the top 10 crops in Eastern Visayas.
Crops and food security play a crucial role in the national economy and our agricultural sector in the Philippines. The agriculture sector ensures that we have stable production of major crops such as rice, corn, and coconut.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat.
Which are staple foods and provide livelihood to millions of Filipinos.
This section of the presentation is called methodology, a system of methods used in a particular area of study or activity. Majority of the information is gathered from credible websites such as OpenStats and FAUStats. These are examples of government websites that stores reliable records of all things related to our scientific paper. Finding data requires a lot of time and effort to ensure solid and actual data has been gathered and inspected thoroughly to make sure we have to be accurate and up to the valid date of relevance. The analysis of the data is conducted through Microsoft Excel. And if you want to know about Microsoft Excel, you can go search on the video because I'm not getting paid to do this anyways. Let's move on to the results. Passing it back to Johannes.
As we can see in the figure below, the most farmed crop in the Eastern Visayas is coconut at nearly 2,380,000 metric tons, accounting for the different uses for each type of coconut, such as coconuts with husks, mature coconuts, and young coconuts. The next most farmed crop in the Eastern Visayas is rice at 1,650,000 metric tons, accounting for rain-fed and irrigated rice. However, the remaining 8 crops, even when accounting for the different varieties, can't keep up with the sheer dominance of coconut and rice in Eastern Visayas. Coconut alone makes up nearly 45% of all crops farmed in the Eastern Visayas, and rice around 31%, which leaves the remaining 24% for the other crops such as sugarcane and banana, and the other high-value crops. Even with the climate conditions in the region of Eastern Visayas, coconuts are known to be very adaptable to any kind of soil that they are planted on, making them very reliable. Rice also deserves a mention for being one of the world's most important crops, feeding almost half its population.
In this part of this presentation, discussion where interprets the result in light of the research objective and existing knowledge. Okay, so we have few topics to cover, but let's start with the first one. Crop production trends in Eastern Visayas. The agriculture sector in Eastern Visayas is filled with staple crops such as rice and coconut, and high-value cash crops such as bananas, sugar canes, and mangoes. The top 10 crops in Eastern Visayas were analyzed by product volume and economic significance. Coconut and rice remains as dominant crops. Coconut remains the lead crops in Eastern Visayas. Shout out to those who love coconuts. Occupying the majority of the agricultural sectors as the crop is valuable in its domestic use and expo, with copra being one of the main economic products. Likewise, rice is a staple food, but not only in the region, but the Philippines as a whole. However, rice is not nearly as resistant to the element as coconuts are, particularly during typhoon and droughts. As in the results, the gap between high-value crops and the top 2. Despite the lower ends and the list consists of the high valuable crops, their numbers don't even match to the top 2 crops in terms of production volume. As why they are high value, they are not necessarily profitable, which can explain the very noticeable gap between the 2 crops and the rest of the list. Challenges in crop profitable in Eastern Visayas due to its climate conditions. The region experienced high rainfalls are in an average of 2.4 meters per year, and they experience typhoons between February and June. The challenges of crop production are fairly visible, adding to detail to the already existing challenges such as poor infrastructure, where the roads that will be used for transportation of crops or products is more expensive, it's highly dangerous, and it costs more than the regular price of deliveries. With the ongoing climate of the region, the other crops have less rate to grow aside from the top 3 crops that were concluded. In general, this is not only the case in this region but the whole country, where the Philippines is facing a significant problem of food security, leading to lots of Filipinos suffering from the lack of sustainable and reliable source of food to replenish their energy for their everyday lives. This also puts focus to us Filipinos that need to innovate more in our agriculture sectors, which holds our food security. For the future prospects, in the future, we think that the government will continuously find solutions and ways. For example, the Eastern Visayas Region Development Plan 2023 to 2028, which aims to address these challenges and improve agricultural productivity, promoting human capital and social development such as health, education, increasing income earnability, reducing vulnerabilities, and protecting purchasing power such as food security, social protection, modernizing key economic sectors like agriculture, fisheries, and industries, improving infrastructures, enhancing climate resilience, and ensuring good governance.
In conclusion, coconuts continue to be the Eastern Visayas' most valued crop. It is regarded as the most ambitious crop in the Eastern Visayas because of its capacity to grow in any type of soil, while rice is a close second due to its role as a staple food in the Filipino diet. The high production levels of these crops are a result of favorable weather, strong consumer demand, and crop benefits to food and industrial security. However, over time, problems like climate instability and market volatility may have an impact on the sustainability of these crops.
Thank you for staying with us and watching this video. I hope you share it to your mom, your friends, your family, your dad, your grandma, your house cat, your grandpa, anyone over there. Peace out.